By the end of this video, you won't have to be forcing yourself to take action anymore. The burnt outness that you're feeling, it will be over because I'm going to show you exactly, and I mean exactly and precisely, the way to start taking action with ease and taking your inspired action so that it feels easy and effortless for you, because it doesn't have to be hard. I appreciate you subscribing right down at the bottom and pressing that bell icon. Growing up, you probably heard you gotta work hard to make it happen. You gotta work hard to achieve it. Just push through it. Just push yourself and you can do it. With that whole thing, it comes with a buttload of resistance. And I had to find that out the hard way. And at the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey, it was like I was throwing spaghetti at the wall, just doing any action just taking all these different actions for me to get to the type of desire that I wanted, which is to be successful, have a successful business. But I was all over the place, just taking constant action. And that constant action led to me being burnt out. I was so burnt out, and I was just ready to just throw in the towel, because I felt like it shouldn't have to be that hard. And that's what comes with that. When you have that hard work mentality, when you try to push yourself, when you keep pushing yourself, and for a lot of us, we're not going to push ourselves for 5 years. Okay. It's just not happening for a lot of us. Some people can do it, but that still comes with the side effects of it can come with the side effects of feeling burnt out, or feeling like you're missing something in your life, having a void because you're unhappy. But I found out the easy way to do all this, and it just changed my life, is you follow your inspired actions. Now, you know, you probably heard of that before, especially if you have been reading about manifestation and hearing about manifestation. Take your inspired action. This is what makes it effortless. When you're following your passion, when you're doing what you're excited to do, when you're building your business or growing your business, following the inspired action that you're given, and not just getting the ideas and then just sitting on them. Have you done that? You've gotten some inspired action, like, oh my gosh, this is a good idea, but then you don't do anything with it. So then you kind of feel like, well, this is hard, but you were already given the action to take, but you never took it. When you get inspired action, you want to take action on that thing. The more you take action on your inspired thoughts or your inspired actions, the more you perceive, the more that you get. Do you see what I'm saying? So like for myself, to put this in perspective, I made this YouTube a long time ago. I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago. I've had this channel. And at first I was making long form videos, and then I stopped because I was burnt out. I was like, oh, I had my own limiting beliefs going on at that time. And then through taking in my inspired actions, later on this year, I realized YouTube is the thing for me. YouTube is the action to take. And so I did that. It was so left field though, because I built up a following on Instagram. And on Instagram, I had 8.9K-ish followers. And so it really didn't make sense to switch to YouTube. But that's the thing with inspired action. It doesn't make sense all the time, but you roll with it. Rolling with it. So after that, I took my inspired actions, and this turned out to be the best thing ever, because I have full creative expression. I get to express myself and everything that's on my mind with manifestation, and the things I learned and the things I realized in my life, and I get to take you on the journey. So from doing that though, it's exciting. And you're probably thinking like, well, how does she make these videos all the time? I make videos 4 times a week, and it's fun. This is easy because it's my passion to do this. And I take my inspired actions. It's not a struggle to do this. It's not any of that. It's not forcing my way and just pushing through it to do this. Now, of course, yeah, limiting beliefs come up, and then I shift them and transmute that energy into positivity. But beyond that, this is easy. And I'll tell you what, for me, making these long videos is way easier than when I was making those short videos on Instagram and TikTok. So that's how I knew this is it right here. So when I decided to get back onto YouTube, my videos they took longer than I expected to make, because I had my videos, they were like 50 parts. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, there has to be a way to do this more efficiently, because I love making videos on YouTube, but the editing part, I didn't really like that so much. So to make it more effortless, I started to do less parts in my video. Now, of course, that took some practice, and now it's become so smooth now. There's not 1,000 parts to my video anymore. So with doing that, I'm like, this was effortless. This was easy. I took my inspired action, make less parts of my video. And then today, when I was in the shower, I'm telling y'all, when you find your place, when you're just in that Zen peace, that peace mode, and you just are receptive to all the intuition, you are going to have a whole life change. And for me, the shower is the spot, or when I first wake up. But I'm open to it at anywhere, any place. Bring it intuition. But I got my intuition when I was in the shower, and it was like, I got the exact title for the video. So I was like, ooh, this is good. And then when I'm in the shower though, and then when these ideas, this intuition comes to me, I will start talking as if I'm already making the video anywhere when I get the idea. So I'll just go off and just talking about it. And that's how I know. I'm like, this was it. Have you felt like that, where you got that rush of inspired action? Because you're all getting it. You're getting it. But the thing is, are you in the vibrational frequency to act on it? And you know what? Speaking of being in the vibrational frequency, the other day, I was in a bad mood, and I was looking for a dehumidifier, like a cordless dehumidifier. And as I was at the light, I was going to Walmart for this, and that was the idea I had in my head. But when I was at the light, I saw this place in front of me, and it was a store that I never heard. Well, I've seen the store before, but I've never went in there ever. But I got the intuition to go into the store, and you know what happened? I didn't follow it. Sure enough, didn't. And it had something to do with the mood I was in, not being in the vibrational frequency to act on the intuition. Has that happened to you? It's okay if it did though, because you will receive more intuition. Be aware that that was intuition. And then you can give yourself some grace and be like, okay, I understand that was intuition. What else am I receiving? And you'll get more. And you can act on it and notice. If you have that awareness to notice that intuition, even if you're not in a not so hot mood, you will keep still receiving intuition and be able to perceive it. If you make videos for your business or anything of that nature, it's not hard to do. You don't have to keep up with Kim Kardashian and the Jones and everybody. You don't have to do their workflow. Everybody has their workflow that works for them. Works for you. And so you can look at other people's workflow and you can notice like that resonates with me. I'm inspired to integrate that into my life, but you don't have to be successful. That was that person's inspired action, their inspired workflow. So my inspired workflow may not be your inspired workflow, because the thing for me is my workflow is making videos 4 times a week. So it may be different for you. Your workflow may look more like every day you're making videos, or every 2 times a week you're making videos. It looks different. But if I inspired you, integrate it into your life. That's how it works. I know I a long time ago, I would see those videos where they're like, you got to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning and to be successful. I don't even sleep. You don't sleep when you do business. I'm like, oh, hold on now. That never resonated with me, because it would create more resistance, if anything. So I didn't integrate that into my life. If you felt pressured into integrating any of those steps that you see on YouTube into your life from people, You can woosah now. You can release all that and realize you have your own workflow. You are following your intuition, not that person's intuition. That was that person's intuition. What's yours? What's yours telling you? Because it's not going to look like in a straight line. Like everything's going to look like it's connecting the dots. Your intuition will take you here, it'll take you there, there. But it comes together like a beautiful puzzle. Intuition doesn't always look like you think it would look. For me, my intuition took me on, I think it was last week. I want to say I think it was last week. There was a day where it was like my intuition was telling me, hey, do guided meditations, the videos on YouTube, do those every hour of the day. That's left field. But I did it. Now, I didn't do every single hour of the day, but I did more hours than I've ever done before of guided meditations. And it was great because it got me moving. Even though I didn't do all of the meditations, it got me moving in the direction. Your intuition is moving you. It's moving you where you don't have to keep taking constant, frantic action all the time. Frantic action is not going to help you in the long run. For you to feel fulfilled and have that effortless feeling and be happy and inspired doing what you love to do, growing your business and building your business, then what you want to do is follow your intuition. It feels good to take these actions. Yeah, you're stepping into the unknown. And you may have limiting beliefs that come up about that, but you can shift those, transmute the energy, and then you will love it. You will be happy to step into the unknown. And the way that I teach my clients and students is you can take any action and it will work for you. So, and that's how I would teach you to follow your intuition, because it's easier said than done sometimes for some of you if you have that belief, but it actually is easy. It really is. You just got to be in the receptive mode to perceive the intuition. Once you start following it, it'll be easy to notice, easier to spot. So, and you'll perceive more of it. And it'll keep coming like clockwork. I'm telling you, it'll come like clockwork because it does for me and it can for you. Prime example with the videos that I make. Effortless with making the videos, effortlessness with coming up further with the topic, because I get the topic. I don't sit in my bed or at the table for 30 minutes thinking about topics. I don't do that. They come to me, I make the video. And that's me following my inspired action. Because a lot of you can make it hard to make videos where you're like, oh my gosh, I got to do the trending thing. And if it's not the trending topic, then nobody's going to look at it and blase. No, you receive the inspired thought, take your inspired action, because when you have that and you feel excited about it, there are people who need to hear it. That's how it works. You would not be so pumped up and excited to make the video and talk about the topic if there weren't people that were ready to receive that information. There are people waiting for this, waiting for what you need to say. So go along with your intuition. It's safe. You're helping others when you do it. The best way is to receive intuition so you can be a clear vessel for it is for you to start following what's fun to you. Start following what you're excited to do. Start following your passion. Now, if you have a business that you're passionate about, that you're growing, okay, you already got the passion part down pat, okay? You've got that part. So the only thing that you would have to do is to see when limiting beliefs come up. So you can be doing your business, you have the inspired action to make a certain video. Cool. You make the video. And then you may notice that you get an inspired action to send out an email to your subscribers. But then you feel a tenseness, like, oh, maybe I'm sending too many emails. Maybe it's just not going to work. They don't want to hear from me. Okay, that's a limiting belief. Shift it and then take the inspired action that you just got. And I have a video on shifting limiting beliefs. Also, I have a free training right down below where you can start shifting your limiting beliefs and transmuting them into positivity and appreciation so you take action. Action is a beautiful piece of manifestation. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. And okay, action though, for some people it can look different. Now that frantic action I was talking about where you just go, 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 and you just get burnt out, that's not the action that I'm talking about. The action that I'm talking about is following your fun, following your excitement, following what you're passionate about. It is doing that. So in following your intuition, that's the action that I'm talking about. Because a lot of times people just think that, oh, manifestation, you just sit on the couch and just do nothing. You don't have to take action with manifestation, but you do. You do take action. You take some type of action, and that comes from your intuition. Whether that is, it can be something as simple, so simple, as you getting the inspired action to drive to the store. And then you find unexpected money. You took your inspired action. It may be for you to turn on a Brad Pitt movie and watch it, and you get excited from that, and you're just in the vibrational frequency of love, and then somebody messages you on the dating apps and they are your type. Okay, you took your inspired action. It can look like you reaching out to an old friend, and then they want to be your client in your business. You took your inspired action. It's effortless, the inspired action that I'm talking about. And what I understand, and through all of this stuff that I have been doing, is having your business is actually easy. It really is. Even if you don't feel like making a video, the only reason you don't feel like making a video is because you are not in the vibrational frequency of passion. When you get back in the vibrational frequency of passion and happiness, you will want to make the video again. And when you're not in that vibrational frequency, it's just a limiting belief that you have. Because I bet you, if you shifted that limiting belief, you will want to make a video. That's all it is. That's all it is, really and truly. So that's what makes it easy making the videos. And that's what can help you to keep going and going and going. Because if there's a little block happening where it's like things are going great in my business and I'm making videos, and then boom, I'm not getting any more subscribers, then guess what? You have a limiting belief, sweetheart. And all you have to do is shift it. Identify what it is, what it really is. What are you believing about yourself? And then once you identify it, you can shift it. And it'll work effortlessly for you. You get to have effortlessness. You don't have to go through having a business and having a struggle every moment. It's always a struggle. I gotta make more money so I can do this and do an ad for my business. I gotta come up with a logo, but it's so hard making a logo. I gotta do this. You don't. If things are seeming hard, it's because you have a limiting belief that it has to be hard. And if things seem hard, also, that can mean that way of doing things is it's not in your vibrational frequency. There is a better way for you to do it. It's more of a pivot. That just means pivot. That's all. And then you will have the more effortless way, the path of least resistance for you. Are you ready for that? So what I'm saying to you is do it your way. Do it your way. Don't follow somebody else's intuition. Follow your intuition, because that is the fastest path for you to have your desire. That person's path was the fastest path for them. This is you we're talking about. How it's going to work for you in the best way, in the easiest way. So follow your intuition and take those steps. It can be as easy for you as it is for me making these videos and having the topics. That's how effortless it can be for you. Because if anything, the action part is easy. It really is easy. If anything in the business, when you're building your business and growing your business, it is the emotional part of it. If that's the thing, shifting your limiting beliefs, that's the main thing, because when you're on your entrepreneurial journey, it's going to bring up a lot of stuff for you. It's going to bring up jealousy. It's going to bring up, I'm not good enough. It's going to bring up, I'm not worthy of having success. It's going to bring up all this different stuff. And then it's there for you to use so you can be in the vibrational frequency to have your manifestation. I appreciate you intuitive souls for watching this video. It has been amazing talking to you, don't you think? And you can subscribe right down at the bottom. I appreciate you for doing that. And I will see you in the next video.